Am I wrong for telling husband he can leave me and our newborn and it wouldn't impact our lives? My husband, 32 male, and I, 29F, have been disagreeing lately about childcare for when I need to return to work full-time. He wants to rely on his parents and my mom to watch our son, 3 months, and I want to enroll him in an infant program at a daycare. I do not want his parents to watch our son for many reasons, but the biggest being his parents aren't capable of watching a newborn for 9 hours and the fact that they refuse to follow the updated safety guidelines for prevention of SIDS. Every time I tell them updated information different from how they did it 30 years ago, I get comments like my kids would be dead 100 times over nowadays with what I did, or you're letting these guidelines drive you crazy because I don't want my son to suffocate due to a blanket or bumpers being in/on his bassinet. To put it in perspective, my in-laws have issues with their other deal as well due to how they treat people around them. I could go on about the issues the in-laws and I have had in the past, but I don't want this post to be so long. Let's just say his parents purposely cross boundaries at the expense of other to get what they want. Anyways, the argument between my husband and I got very heated the other night as I was preparing my son's bath on the kitchen counter. As I was finished filling it with water, my husband was so upset with our disagreement that he took the bath and flipped it over, resulting in water being all over our kitchen and dining room hardwood floors and table. I told us to get the F out of the house and to not come near me or our son. I was baby wearing him at the time. He kept trying to come near me to the point I left through the back door with my son and tried to get in my car to drive away, but my husband stood behind my car so I couldn't leave, so I just walked away from the house instead so I could feel safe with our son. Eventually I needed to come back in order to feed our son a bottle. My husband was attempting to clean up the gallons of water he spilled on the floor and all over the documents I had on the table, floors, basement ceiling, and documents ended up damaged. He said he would finish cleaning up and then leave the house. He left around midnight and didn't come back until 8 p.m. the next day. Sadly, this isn't the first time my husband has acted out of anger. While I was pregnant, he punched a hole in our hallway and then grabbed me, resulting in my shift being ripped. He also has knocked my possessions off countertops, resulting in things I cannot replace being broken. He always apologizes and says he will do better, but I no longer have hope for him. When he came back the other night, we continued the conversation about childcare and somehow got on the topic of another future baby, which I said I potentially did not want another child due to the traumatic birth of our son. I'm less than 3 months postpartum during this conversation. My husband then threatened to divorce me and go have a baby with someone else because his son will not be an only child. I flat out told him to file the paperwork without any emotion. I told him it wouldn't make a difference if he was here or not, considering he left for almost 24 hours without any communication and I can manage it all on my own. Do I want our son to have divorced parents? No, I don't, but I also don't want him to grow up around a father who acts out of anger and aggression. I just feel like I've been through enough with him, and for him to now threaten divorce over childcare and potentially not having another baby is absurd in my mind. I know during our arguments I can say nasty things, but I never threaten divorce. Now a few days later we are trying to continue talking about childcare, but my trust for him and his parents is almost non-existent due to his actions and words. I'm starting to feel like I am the a-hole because I said that him leaving wouldn't make a difference. Like deep down I do not want him to leave. But then I think about how mid-typing this I had to stop to go take out the garbage. It's 5 a.m. before collection, even though he said he did it before he went to bed. I just sometimes think he purposely is incompetent, so I just do everything. He says I won't have to coordinate with our parents on who's watching our son when during the week, and he would do it. But that won't happen and I will have to end up doing it. I just don't need the extra stress and rather have something consistent. I just don't know what to do or if I am an a-hole for not wanting this life as it is right now for our son. Any advice or words of wisdom are welcome.